Hello, this is Monday, October 12th, 2020. This is the upper body part 1, the Monday workout. It is cycle 3, part 3, session 4. So there's that. Okay. All right, so public service announcement. Please do not waste your time watching this video unless you have a very specific reason to watch this video. I would hate to waste your time, and this could be a waste of the majority of people's time that would watch this. So just had a flashlight break, so it's good I keep a couple flashlights. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, I buy really cheap flashlights, and they do tend to break, but I do have a few of them, and although I probably should in the next few years invest in a really good flashlight, preferably something that, like the little arm thing that you can put around your arm, or you put around your shoulders or whatever. Not necessarily the headlamp thing that straps to your head, because those always seem to be used like just in your hands, so like just wrapping around the neck. As far as if it takes less than a half a second, you can do it with one hand, as opposed to putting it on your head. It takes more than 2 seconds, and then you have to put it on your head with 2 hands. Okay. All right. So what does this entail? Let's go to the trusty, rusty, happy-go-lucky Infinite Notebook. Starts out with shoulder press or shoulder machine. I'm going to make a change on this. We're going to go ahead. Whoa, let's go back. All right, so that sucks. There we go. We're right there. All right, I'm going to go ahead and put that as 5. Okay. Other than that, we got things kind of sort of planned out. It should be in descending order. I might be able to do 5 for a couple rounds. Okay, so shoulder machine, and then latimus dorsi pull downs. Then it'll be dips, kickbacks, skull crushers. Then it'll end up with the incline curls, and then the last thing is the lateral raises with nice light weight. And then there's the bonus, which lately I haven't been doing too much in the bonus category. So we'll just go ahead and put that there and get started with this. Going to do a little bit of a warm-up. Although, in some ways, I'm kind of already warmed up, so that's kind of good. All right. Let's go ahead and really can't see much in here, but there's a shoulder press machine, and then there is the machine I'm going to be doing the back thing. That should be able to get the view of both of them, sort of. All right. The thing I'm going to be doing right now is just the little exercises my dad seems to like to do, which is nice for a warm-up, Nice little warm-up. Lower back's feeling a little bit better, but still feeling the twitch there. That's kind of a thing going on. Still feeling from leg day, especially just bringing up my leg, soreness right about here to here, and pushing it beyond that feels a slight bit of tension. Same thing here to here. So both legs are hit. That means good things happened on leg day. Hopefully. I mean, that's the way I'm going to look at it. I got a binder clip on my shorts because I was tired of getting stabbed with the safety pins. Tried to take the safety pins out. It looks like I'm gonna have to apply some pliers and stuff like that. It's well in there. So I still have the safety pins, but the safety pins are not engaged with the cord and the way it is. So, and the cord design on these shorts kind of sucks because you can only get things so tight. It's not like the cord wraps around. It's just two little cords or one cord that's in the front of the pants, the shorts. All right. So why am I getting into leg press position? I'm not getting into leg press position. I'm getting into shoulder press. All right, shoulder machine. Let's become a shoulder machine, shall we? Set of 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, so there was elements that were both difficult and easy and hard. That's probably the way I can put it. There's the easy and then there's a hard part to that. I don't know how to explain it. The thought of going heavier or thought of doing this weight again kind of scares me a little bit. I don't think my shoulders will like it that much. So in the interest of progress, I'm gonna do as scheduled. Had set a little heavier, and then I thought about it and I was like, I don't remember doing it that heavy before. So I'm not really trying to break new ground with the shoulders. I'm just trying to even out what's already kind of been done and eventually break new ground. Lower the weight. I almost added more weight. This will be a set of 8. Gonna just breathe a little bit here. Here we go. 6, 7, 8. Next thing's going to be a set of 10. I'm going to lower the weight again. Have you ever had a fantasy about reliving your childhood, doing things right, not being so much of a jerk? I often have that idea. Waste time going back to my childhood. Have the time to really connect with people I knew that were going to die and all that kind of stuff. Persistence of time. I think that's Anthrax album. Yeah, that one's all time, tick, tick, tick in my head. I think that might be a cover. Ticking in my head. Well, the time is not ticking in my head, but the breathing pattern should be right now. Set of 10. Also thinking about the difference between putting my thumbs wrapped around the handle versus on the top of the handle. I've heard somebody say that it actually works your wrists and forearms out a tiny bit if you put your thumbs above the handle. pad, but it's a machine, so it's, you know, along a path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Well, as far as long-term strength building and feeling healthy and all sorts of things like that, I think that set was right where it should be as far as getting things together. That felt great. That felt really good, really smooth. Not too much, but not too little. That last set I was really able to focus in on my muscles, trying to feel them, trying to get as much information as I can from my shoulders, soaking it in, and trying to exchange the information like, hey, we're doing this so you get stronger, so join me on this journey, appreciate it. I know it's not the optimum way, but it is a way, it is a path, so let's do this. Do I know what the optimum way is? No idea, but I know that this is part of the way. Whew. That all being said, all right. Let's go ahead and get this already set up weight-wise. Go ahead and do 8 lat pull downs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so that was easier than it should have been. So I'm going to go ahead and get in that strange position where I up the weight on the second set as opposed to down regulate the weight. So I gotta remember to write that down. This is the second set on this. There's only 2 sets for this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this done, try to do a set of 10. Yeah, I should be able to get there 4, 5. But I skipped 1, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I might have miscounted, so I'll do an extra one just in case. Still had a little bit in the tank, so might as well go for it. Oh, wow. Definitely an interesting feeling there. All right, so felt like my body could up the weight, was able to up the weight and do the set of 10. Next it'll be dips. All right. You ever get that feeling like your skin is stretching? For me, the stretch really feels in the top of my right foot when I extend it all the way out, just right at the top. Left side, right foot, about an inch or 2 behind the big toe. Feels like the skin is stretching when I point my toes. If my leg's straight. If my knee's bent, point my toes all day long, and it's fine. Straighten out the leg, point the toes. There's this pain in my skin, like ripping type feeling. It's not actually ripping the skin, I hope. There's no physical damage that I can see, but it feels like it. So my skin is tightening up. I would hopefully the gut is going away too, and maybe this will be part and parcel. Like that gut skin, hey, if the gut goes away, there'll be extra skin for the foot not to stretch out or whatever's going on there. All right, so we're gonna do we're going to be doing reps, or dips, sorry, reps of dips, repetitions of dipping. Sauce. All right, yeah, right. All right, so I'm a sauce fan. That's kind of why I like fake meat. And some of the fake meat I'm eating tastes a little bit too much like real meat. They're adding iron in it and stuff like that. There's this stuff that I bought over at Sam's Club, Beyond Beef, or not Impossible Beef, Unbelievable Beef or something. And it is, my dad cannot tell the difference between that and real meat. It has slightly less iron than real meat, which is good for him because, and it's probably good for me too. I'll probably have the same condition where there's too much iron in my blood. That's probably going to happen. So, kind of modulating against that. And I think to know if you have an iron deficiency, I think it's something like, chances are if your turds are green, like a dark green, that means you might have an iron deficiency, which is, strangely enough, the cure is eating dark green leafy vegetation for that kind of iron. I guess there's different types of iron. Iron found in the blood, and iron found in plants. And supposedly the processing of the iron in the blood is a little bit different than the iron in the plants. So supposedly, I don't know the specifics. That's as far as I'll go with that. They're different. I don't know which one's better. Probably one's better for one thing, the other's better for the other thing, depending upon your situation. Okay, so we'll go ahead and throw these dips out. I'm not even going to go think of a number. I'm just going to go and do it totally by feel. This is where I'm balancing a little bit of intuitive, but also a little bit of structure. So there's a nice balance there. Like my chin-ups lately, all I want to do is one smooth one, and if my body has the fuel to do another, it'll let me know, and I'll do another. So just random chin-ups every day, not counting them, just kind of doing them. Same thing. I'm going to apply that to this. It's a winning behavior, I think. 1, 2. This seems too easy. 3, 4, 5. I'm not going down far enough. 6. Let's see how far I can go down. That's about as far as I can go down. 7, 8, 9. All right, definitely feeling it. A little bit of twitchiness. 10. I'm gonna call it there. 10 felt good. Nice and good on the triceps. That was more than I thought. Had I called it, I would have thought I would be maxing out at 6 or 7. Might have sabotaged myself. But going intuitive, I think that first one, and the good thing is I'm videotaping this, so I'll be able to tell, but I think that first one I didn't go as down as low as I could. So full range of motion. And hopefully every time, maybe it'll be, like my arm will be all the way straight. That's what the straight arm looks like. So hopefully I'll be completely straight, get that full extension all the way through. And I know, I like full extensions a little bit too much, as opposed to some other people that work out that don't worry about it so much. And those people have better results than I do. So maybe there's something to that. Yeah, I gotta maybe unlearn a few things, and I'm willing to, but for right now, the path is there. It's just not easy, I guess. But I'm trying to like it, trying to do it, trying to make things smooth. All right, so what we're doing here is what was it? Tricep kickbacks, and then gonna go ahead after tricep kickbacks and throw in some skull crushers. Gonna do the skull crusher just with one dumbbell. Set up the one dumbbell for a happy amount of weight. Not too heavy, not too light. See if I can pop out like whatever my body wants to pop out. And matter of fact, I'm gonna write down a few things. The dips was amazing. That was like 10 of them. That was pretty cool. the lat pull downs. That was pretty easy. And then I went ahead and did like 10 lat pull downs with a slightly higher weight. Went down with the shoulder presses and weight as advertised. So I did the 6, 8, 10, and it felt pretty good. I'm gonna put felt good on there. Felt good. Okay. So kickbacks. What weight am I going to use on the kickbacks? Just the simple, the standard, easy to grab. It's right there for me. Don't have to manipulate it. All right. Using the happy chair right here. Got a nice flat place to put the weight. Gonna kind of keep myself kind of straight using this chair as a guide. Pinky toe lines up with one of the beams on the chair, so I can kind of line that out. Maybe put my hand right here, get a nice stable frame. The only thing that's going to be moving very much is my arm. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Seems like a good one. Felt it a little bit. Really feel it. World of difference if I go like that and kind of squeeze a little bit. Really feeling the difference. So I'm really trying to attack that tricep. Well, I'm not going to even use the word attack because of connotation. I'm really trying to gently affect, encourage, and persuade my tricep muscles to grow by doing that little. Otherwise, this would be possibly a little too easy. And the cool thing about doing 3 different exercises, the way to hit the triceps, in my opinion, is if I do just dips, it's going to hit it one way. If I do just tricep kickbacks, it seems like it's going to hit it in another way. Like, it seems less effective actually than the other 2 exercises. And skull crushers feels pretty good, but want to hit it in different angles. So, and I sometimes do the same thing with curls. That's why upper body has 2 different types of curl sets, but the bicep curls, that is. All right, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. Trying to lock that elbow in place. 4, 5, 6, 7. If you hold it, it's automatically pumping it up. 8, 9, 10. Not pump, but squeeze, I guess is 11, 12, 13. Yeah, it automatically creates part of that squeeze already for you, so you don't have to squeeze or tighten or try to brandish your muscle. All right, so that felt okay. Not great, not terrible. Back to the whole thing. Difficult and easy at the same time. Aspects of it were difficult, aspects were easy. Right here, real easy. All the way at the end, a little bit more difficult. Trying to keep this rock steady and locked in without actually touching my side too hard. I'm not so effective at that. I could be a lot better with that. But all the same, it feels like it's moving. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and get this part of the workout out of the way. Get a nice high look. Got the trusty rusty binder clip. I like binder clips. That's what's keeping my pants up. Is this what I wanted? Yeah, that's the way I wanted. All right. All right, so this is going to be a bit tricky. I'm going to get this with both hands behind my head and put my hands flat. So the trick is get it behind the head, get it nice and flat, and probably going to use this angle. Not flaring my elbows out a little bit, but 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's a good weight for that. 8. Think about done here. 9. One more just for fun. 10. Oh. Kind of push with one arm than the other on that. A little bit on that last rep. Trying to be more mindful and intuitive of what I'm doing workout wise. All right, gonna turn this down a little bit. Get some curls in there. Gonna go for a set of 8 and a set of 10 on these curls. Wow. Right there, I was doing a bit of a breathing exercise, but I was focusing on my heart, trying to feel my heartbeat, trying to slow it down. Then I was trying to speed it up. Then I was trying to slow it down again. I don't know if I was actually doing that, but the intent was there. All right, feeling good for this. A little too relaxed, but that's all right. Put this in position. As soon as I turn my elbows, we'll turn this thing on. 1, 2. This is easier than I thought it would be. Thought this way would be more intimidating. Is that 3 or 4? That was probably 3. No, that'll be 4. This will be 5. Oh, feel a twinge in my elbow there, a little too far back. Got a really good control in at the bottom. 6. Come on now, number 7. 7. Didn't go fully down. This 8 one, this last one, we'll go completely straight with the wrists or the elbows and bring it up for 8. Wow. A little bit of holding breath intuitively there. A little bit, just hold it and then to really push the, I don't know, push the equation a little bit. I remember when I was starting to work out, like constantly my buddies would say, dude, breathe, don't hold your breath, man. You hold your breath when you're really concentrating on your muscle, and then once it starts moving, then you breathe out right there. It's almost like you're blowing the weight forward, you know, but you're not. There might be something to that. You know, there's probably been too many cases where people don't breathe and maybe pass out, but I don't think I've ever been close to that. Thank goodness. All right, gonna lighten up the weight, do a set of 10. Considering staying at the same weight, doing a set of 10, but not gonna chance it the way I'm feeling intuitively. Don't want to push this, really don't want a core injury. I just want to be on the path where I can keep building. And it seems like I'm doing okay build-wise. All right. Yeah, check it out. Binder clip. Not constantly pulling up my pants. It's loose enough, but you can jump up and down and not worry about my pants falling off. Thank you, binder clip. Not something you can really wear in public because, well, I mean, I guess I could wear it in public, but because the level of care I care about my public appearances, it's pretty minimal. it's kind of sad, really. It's like I only care about how I look to myself, and that's not good. That's not a good way to be a sociable person. Yeah. If you look in the mirror and you think, all right, that's good, that's me, and that's the criteria, that works. I feel comfortable with this. I feel comfortable with who I am, how I look, but I realize how I look is not the way the majority of the world would want me to look at it. And there used to be a part when I was younger that would say that's not okay, but it is in some ways. You know, instantly when talking to somebody, if I look different than that person, there's that instant, I look different than most people, there's that instance of avoidance. It seems like people have this approach avoidance thing. They approach people that bear some similarity to themselves, and they'll avoid people with differences. As a general kind of guideline, quick heuristic, when they have, you know, a split second decision to make. And they might not even know how they're making that decision. It might be completely subconscious. But I've certainly felt that. But I'm still here. I'm still as I am. The question of would I rather succeed at life, however you determine your measurement of success, by becoming somebody else that is not me, or would I rather fail but stay true to myself? And for the most part, I've gone with the second option. A couple times I've gone with the first option, and that's been a mistake, because while I got some sort of metric on the idea of success in one form or another, I met the goal, but sometimes that goal wasn't exactly what I thought it would be. Remember one time I shaved for a 6-day relationship. And we both got out of it in 6 days. Oh, it was very mutual. Although, after the relationship was done, she did stop by and spend some time, quality time, with me afterwards a few times. Okay. Set 10. Turn the elbows out and begin. 1, 2, 3. Trying to get rid of a lot of momentum. 4, 5, 6, 7. 8. Come on now. Got 2 more left. 9. We can do this thing. 10. Oh. It's like I want to move, but I don't. I have the pressure to move and go on to the next thing. But right now I have this golden opportunity, this golden moment, this wonderful opportunity, this wonderful moment just to take my body in. And it's asking for a little bit of a rest. And reward it with a little bit of a rest. And whatever the hell my throat was doing right there, which felt kind of good. Maybe it's maybe that's how Tuvarian throat singing got started. I think it's Tuvarian. I'm not doing it right. right at all. I think the first time I had more resonance in my throat. Yeah, I'm not a singer. That's just kind of a humming. That's not really the gripping of the throat. Trying not to get too caught up into that, but I do like when my throat scratches a little bit. Forces me to slow down my speaking, and I think I don't have to go as heavy, as loud, but I think it carries a little bit more. So slowing it down and making it carry a little bit better. Also stressing my T's, talk, and the C, the K, the T sound, really, snapping it out without actually snapping my tongue. Snapping and popping and clicking, click, click, click. I actually get to feel the air move in a fast way when you click, 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 click. Maybe that C is not the best example sound. Clock. Yeah, the end of clock is the more clock. Yeah, get that k. It hits clock. No, I shouldn't make it hit too hard. Clock. Not like that, but clock, as opposed to clock. Just a tiny bit of difference in dynamics there. And I think those little tiny differences in someone's diction makes someone more understood. And if I'm going to talk, unless it's this kind of thing where I'm just practicing, but if I'm going to talk, it's probably to hopefully be understood, to high quality social noise, those kinds of things. Okay. Wow, really feeling it in the biceps right there. I'm glad I'm going light. Just lateral raises. Almost want to do them sitting down, but I don't think I've ever really done too many lateral raises while sitting down. Yeah, that was, wow, there's an after feeling on there that's more than expected. It's pretty good. Go ahead. Gonna raise it to just a little bit beyond my ears. Gonna turn the weights slightly turned in a little bit. 1, 2, 3, set of 15, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, there's 15 right there. Then it's going to be 4 sets of 5. We'll go ahead and get this done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2. Gonna do one full. 3, 4, 5. It's sad. If I was going all the way top, I would be really tired by now, but now I'm just marginally tired. All right, got 2 more sets of 5, so we're starting it now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The first rep and the last rep on this last set are going to be up high instead of in the middle. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess all the repetitions in that were at that happy spot where it was full top extension. Still bending the elbows a little bit. And now it's become, when I do jumping jacks, I bend the elbows too. Putting them straight and trying to go fast really hurts. Bending them and trying to go fast actually kind of hurts, but putting them straight, trying to go real fast, seems like my arms want to like throw themselves out of socket, and that is not a good feeling. So, still feeling it in my lower back, a little twinge just there. Getting ready to sit down, writing it down, and we'll stretch and talk about what, I don't know. So the kickbacks, that was like a set of 13. I think the skull crushers was a set of 10. Incline curls, that was a set of 8. And then I lowered the weight. I was thinking about lowering it much lower, just based upon some of the numbers and what I think I can do. But I kind of surprised myself a little bit. Disappointed myself in other areas, and that's like most workouts. But I mean, just within 5 or 6 exercises. All right, so there's 15 and 4 sets of 5. Felt pretty good. All right. So I think we're good. Bonus, no bonus. No bonus. There we go. The infinite notebook has spoken. All right, so what stretches and what are we talking about? It's going to stretch out my arms a little bit. So this stretch is just going to think about pushing my arm upwards. Stretch out that back a little bit. That feels good. All right, I'll do the same thing. Partially because I just don't want to move from this position, but I kind of grab on, pull backwards. Oh! Yeah, doing the single arm is so much better. Like something, it mimics a little bit of just hanging with both arms. But I'm gonna start, I think I'm gonna do a stretch that's just hang by one arm and kind of twist around a little bit. Maybe put a toe on the floor, and just so I can not swing around too much. Oh, man. Oh, how can my eye be sore? Wow. I just, thought I had something in my eye, and I just moved it, and my eye felt like there was a muscle soreness to my eye. How the hell does that happen? Okay. There's happiness in many things. And there's happiness in not many things. All right, another arm stretch. Actually feeling this. Sometimes I don't feel this stretch. Now I'm definitely feeling this stretch. Just bringing my arm across my chest and pulling it back with the other arm. That feels good. Okay, now we're gonna get on the floor and stretch some more. All right. My basic go-to stretches. Not really much to talk about. So, I guess this is just gonna be a more breathing. No, I'll find something to talk about. There's always something. Stretching out my skin. All right, so just gonna I feel the stretch rate just like that, and going like this feels interesting as opposed to going like that. So I'm gonna try a little bit like at an off angle. Instead of trying to stretch, trying to go from the side and then dial it in. That's kind of a weird thing. It does kind of feel good in some weird way. Good times. Definitely good times. That moment when you're done with the thing you wanted to do. Now it's all gravy. I'm at the front of the line. I'm about to be finished. I'll get my order. Yes, I put in an order for a healthier body. Cool. Oh, I have to keep getting in line? All right. So be it. Constant refreshing and nourishment. Oh, here's something fun. Okay, so back to intuitively listening to my body. I've been basically eating every other day. I think I only really kind of broke that once since the beginning of, I guess, September. So maybe it's getting close to a month and a half of eating every other day. So back to the whole concept, it's like, let's say it's Monday and I'm allowed to eat on Monday. And some Mondays I'll just try to eat one meal, and it might be, 8 o'clock at night till right before midnight, and then cut it off. And technically, when the name of the day changes after midnight, Monday becomes Tuesday, but still feels like Monday night, obviously. Feels like Monday night until I go to bed. Unless the sun comes out before I go to bed, then it feels like Tuesday. But so that Tuesday, don't eat. And then Wednesday, and obviously this switches up. One week it's Monday, the next week it is Tuesday, So if I'm not eating on Monday, the next week, because it's every other day, obviously. So today is a not eating day. But yesterday I didn't really eat. Yesterday was Sunday, Saturday was a non-eating day, and I didn't feel hungry till Sunday morning. So Sunday morning I ate like a protein bar. Let me get the stretch a little bit more accurate so I can really feel the stretch and talk. That's kind of the test here. There we go. So going sideways and dialing. All right. Same thing with the other side. Okay, so Sunday, about 7 a.m., started eating and ate a protein bar and like 2 or 3 granola bars. Wow. And a protein shake. And I was like, okay, that's a small meal. And I've said to myself, I'm okay with not having one meal. Like, I'm making a gradual increase in my protocols. Am I eventually going to increase to doing like a 40-day fast? I don't know. The idea seems kind of appealing depending upon the health benefits, but I don't think I'm ready for that yet. I want to be, if I'm going to do something like that, I want to be extremely ready. Eventually, like the goal is more 72-hour fasts and more, eventually, a 5-day fast. Then maybe jump into that whole 40-day thing, but honestly, I can live my life without having to check that box, just thinking about like the whole, like, people seem to find some sort of spiritual, have some sort of religious experience with, and I guess that's, why the definition of religious experience, if you're having a religious experience, why not amplify that with a 40-day fast, I guess. But anyway, all right, so Saturday, no food. Sunday, what I considered my kind of quasi goal. The goal was really 24 hours, but the quasi goal was like 36 hours, and the next quasi goal was like 42 hours. So that would mean like not eating Saturday, then not eating Sunday until 12 noon, and then the next level would be not eating till 6 p.m. So that would be the levels, of goals there. The bare minimum was 24 hours. So I did the bare minimum. And part of the quasi goal was only having that one meal a day on my feeding days. But then I did that a couple times and I just felt so bloated. So it's like, I don't like that feeling. And it's also like, to defeat some of the bad feelings, all it takes is, let's say I'm about to eat. Let's say it's 6 p.m. I've gotten it. I eat just a snack, something small. Yogurt or a handful of cashews or a banana. For some reason I'm staying away from bananas. I don't know why, but anyhow, something small, something easy. Tiny protein shake, something, not nothing huge on the radar. A protein bar. Let's say I'm gonna go have dinner over at my dad's house. I'm gonna eat a protein bar before going there, and then after that, within this wait at least 10 minutes or 20 minutes, and then actually have the real meal. That, for some reason, that feels like the way to do it. I wish I could describe that a bit further than that, but it just seems to feel right. Listening to my body and being somewhat intuitive, but also knowing my body has the ability and the penchant to lie to me. Same thing with my emotions. They both have the ability and the penchant to lie to me. Same thing with my conscious brain. Question everything, I guess, even yourself, especially yourself. Anyhow, so back to the whole thing. 8, Sunday, 7 a.m., 8,
protein bar, 2 to 3 granola bars, protein shake. Weird thing, satiated. Still satiated. I was 5 o'clock. I was considering my real meal on Sunday yesterday, and I was like, I don't feel hungry. I was going to go to the grocery store and buy a whole bunch of stuff, and I'm just like, you know what? Sadly, I'm going to do the dumb move. I'm going to wait till I'm hungry before I go to the grocery store. Because if I go to the grocery store and buy all this stuff, I know I'm going to eat it, but I'm not hungry. So let's see how long before I get hungry. And I drew the limit at 8 o'clock. I was like, you know what? If I'm going to be eating, I want to be eating by 8 o'clock. So I went to the grocery store around 8 o'clock. They were still open, thank goodness. And I didn't eat. I bought things. With if I was still hungry, if I began to be hungry, I wasn't hungry. If I began to be hungry when I got home, I would cook it up and all that kind of stuff. Didn't get hungry. Whew. But I'm like, hey, I'm not hungry. But tomorrow, Monday, I'm not eating. Cool. All right. Well, I'm going to listen to my body and just allow it not to be hungry. And I've been tertiary hungry this morning, but I realized it was a not eating day. I'm going to, be intuitive with my body, but I'm also going to, and believe it or not, this is actually, I can't really stretch far this way, but this feels like a stretch. It's actually feeling pretty good on the lower back. So anyhow, strange things. Not as hungry as I thought I would be. I'm sure by midnight tonight, aka Tuesday, when it officially turns into Tuesday, I might be hungry and I'm willing to eat then. I got a whole bunch of my groceries, got this meal planned. I was really looking forward. There was something that I had the other day, and I think it was one of the Walmart Great Value brands. It was like 3 types of peppers. It was like green pepper, yellow pepper, and red pepper, all cut up and with onions, pepper and onions in a frozen bag. I was looking for that, and I could not find it there. So I'm going to look at a different Walmart and see if they have that. Not today, obviously, and not tomorrow, but sometimes. I'm just going to have that in the back of my head, like, oh man, I want that pepper thing again. That was really good, because I imagine combining that with like some broccoli, and then combining that with like some fake chicken. And lots of sauces. That's the funny thing. I can eat bland things as long as I have sauce, and as long as I have a variety of sauce. Because if I just do all horseradish or all barbecue sauce or all sriracha, it's just going to feel, all right, whatever. But if I'm mixing up the sauces, do this sauce here, have a puddle of that sauce, clear out the puddle, and then have a puddle of another sauce, and clear out that puddle, like, really good. And sometimes I use other bits of food as the puddle. So when I finally get those bits of the food, I don't need any sauce on that, because it's just like a mix of all the things I was trying. Silly stuff. Oh, a little bit bigger on the stretch here. Oh, touch my toes. Oh, man, a little bit more of the stretch here. So I am kind of amazed. My body, and when I listen to it, it is rewarding me with a little bit more beyond expectation, allowing it to go beyond the expectations, giving it the freedom to go, hey, we can let you go beyond. I mean, we know it's safe, but we know that you're not going to work out so hard. You're not going to do so many chin-ups that you're the one that's asking for less chin-ups, so we'll give you free reign. And that's kind of fun. It's the metaphorical conscious brain, which is the 5-year-old, and then the elephant, which is the subconscious brain, all the habits and all the experience that we have built throughout a lifetime. And it's that 5-year-old trying to control an elephant. And that elephant's going to go where the elephant's going to go. Unless there's a really good relationship between the 5-year-old and the elephant. Like the 5-year-old knows, I can't make this elephant do a 90-degree turn. I just can't. But I can slowly get it around to where I want it to go and gently persuade and create that back and forth. And that's basically what I'm trying to create with my conscious and subconscious, with these elevating levels of experience. Like definitely not going into a 40-day fast without ever completing a 5 or a 7-day fast. If I go into a 40-day fast, I'll at least have a couple 7 days fast in my wealth of experience. I already have a couple 3-day fasts in my experience, and I'm thinking of having a few more. The body cleansing is amazing. Here was the strange thing too, and it's kind of a sad thing. I started this fitness journey over 2 years ago, it seems. yeah, I think it was May 2018, March 2018, something like that. Yeah, it was probably around March. I don't remember. I have it written down somewhere. But I was at, I think, 235 pounds. And I think sometimes that went up to 239. And just weight-wise, the first cycle of this, I got down. It took a while. It took a long time. And I didn't really introduce intermittent fasting into this. I did eventually by May, I guess, or September or August, I started introducing, like, between, like, March or May and, like, August or November, someplace, the first span, I lost maybe 5 pounds. Then I introduced intermittent fasting, changed my workout, actually lessened my workout, did basically this kind of workout, the Monday, Wednesday, Friday type thing, and got down to, like, it took over a year, but doing that basic system with a few breaks, a few speed bumps, got down to my lowest was 189 pounds. Now, why did the pounds matter? Because the knees. The whole thing that started me on this journey was, I'll give an example. All right, so this position did not feel good. That felt terrible. Going down like this, there was just pain. Now there's not. It's smooth. It feels good. It feels like it should. And from 2 people, I don't know if this is real world advice. I haven't looked it up myself. Maybe I should. But for every pound you lose, it's 9 pounds of pressure off your knees when you move. That is so cool. So, back to more stretching, I guess. This feels good on the lower back, this thing right here. Especially if I turn a little bit, but kind of like doing that pretzel action, turning like this and make it kind of low key. This just feels like a stretch right here on its own. Anyhow, got down to 189. Then I started climbing back up. And I was like, okay, as long as I'm below 200, everything's cool. And then I started climbing up all the way up to 217. Whew. Something's got to change. All right, been doing the 16-hour, graduated at that point, went up to the 20-hour, and I was like, gotta change. Went on vacation, thought about all the changes, did some research while on vacation. Didn't work out, didn't do really any intermittent fasting. I mean, I guess I naturally did because I was used to it, but planned it out and really thought about it. And then really got psyched for the idea of eating every other day. So the vacation ended at the beginning of September, and boom, jumped onto it. And the vacation was only like a week, which for some people is a long vacation, for some people is a short. I love the idea of like a 21-day vacation, but that's just me. Anyhow, but that week was more than enough. It was happy and it was good, and a lot of research happened, a lot of reading, which I've carried on that habit, but got back in the habit, and so got into it, and like, hey, I'm fine with backtracking. If this doesn't work, I can totally backtrack. Well, I didn't backtrack. I kind of stuck with it, and I think I did make at least one mistake one day, but that's okay. I'm not going to beat myself up about it. I'm going to notice it and do what I can to mitigate that mistake, and mitigating the mistake is allow, when the name of the day changes, allow myself to eat after midnight, that kind of thing, not have to wait and have this bizarre build-up thing. So another thing is not be terribly restrictive with my diet. If I want ice cream, hey, start out with a small amount of ice cream after I eat the important stuff, which might be like the broccoli, the fake chicken, and all that kind of stuff. Anyhow, so the happiness, the note is today I was at 200.6, and that feels pretty good. And that's not like a month and a half worth of losing weight. That's more than that. I think before the vacation, somewhere before the vacation, last few months, I hit up to 217. I don't remember when that was, but I remember I was like, man, I gotta start doing some more changes because my body is adapting to it. And maybe it's getting used to it in a good way. Maybe my metabolism is slowing down. But that just means, hey, I can spend less money on food. So that's okay, a win too. And also, I'm not doing a terrible lot of much of cardio. So part of my research is getting me back into doing things like experimenting around with the Tabata. I haven't done any real good Tabata sessions, and what I thought about is getting a really good Tabata session, videotaping it and all that. I'm embarrassed about my Tabata sessions. My Tabata sessions are just like they don't seem very intense. And what it is intense exercise for 20 seconds and then a rest for 10 seconds. And I even wrote 2 songs so far. I'm gonna write 16 songs, but 2 songs so far that I can do. I don't have to count the seconds on the Tabata. All I have to do is listen for drums. When I hear drums, go. When the drums stop, rest. It's a simple process in the songs. Move on drums, Tabata. All right, so anyhow, here's the thing with that. Change my goals. I'm just gonna enjoy the movement. Not gonna go for pain, not gonna go for intensity. And a less than optimal Tabata is better than 0 Tabata. That's the way I'm looking at it. So my jumping jacks, specifically trying to go intense and like feeling like my arms are gonna fall out of socket, and just like, and both arms, it was like, okay, this is clearly a movement that I'm used to doing at a low speed. So yeah, not trying to hustle it up and all that, but yeah, it's a basic Tabata thing. So enjoyable Tabata. Move on drums. So eventually I'm going to get kind of some of those sessions played. And that's going to feel good. Hopefully. Alright, that's enough of that. I'm going to do 2 quick stretches for my lower back. One is just going to be the standing touch your toes. Well, first I'm going to go arch backwards, nice and slow. Because I feel it, feel tension there. There we go. And that's all that needed. Then real slow. Just kind of touch the toes, put the knuckles, straighten out the knees, touch the toes, touch the knuckles. There we go. That's far enough for me, and I felt like my hamstrings flare up as soon as my knuckles, my fists touched the ground, and don't want that to happen. All right. Later it shall be.